From the heartbeat of the Republic, this is the PAWA podcast. Be powerful. Bringing you independent voices, expert opinion, driving change.
Good morning and welcome to the PAWA Mjue Kiongozi Wako series. This is episode 2, where we are featuring another guest, this time a lady. The Mjue Kiongozi Wako series is a governance platform where we want to engage in civic education of the voters to better understand the kind of leaders that they have offered themselves for office. The Mjue Kiongozi Wako series is also a platform for young aspirants, MCA aspirants, because we believe that the MCA is the closest elected representative to the people. So if we get it right at that level, we have solved our governance problems by more than 50%. That's why we are focusing on the MCA level. And we hope that through this series, we are able to influence, or rather provide an opportunity for the young aspirants to, sell their manifesto, their vision to the electorate. And in so doing, provide the electorate with, an opportunity to be able to vet and audit the people seeking leadership positions, such that when they go to the ballot, they're able to make the right decisions. Today, we are honored to have Faith Kasina, a young lady from Kayole. She'll tell us which part of Kayole she is vying as an MCA. Faith is from the social justice movement. Quite a shift. She was on the side of fighting for justice for the citizens. Now she wants to be the person on the hot seat. Karibu sana, Faith. Beyond what I've just said, so who is Faith?
Asante sana, Mike. I'm actually humbled that you invited me. So, Faith Kasina is a human rights defender. Is Nimdemwa Kayole, and I'm vying for Matopeni Spring Valley wards as an independent candidate. But apart from that, I also coordinate an organization called Kayole Community Justice Center, which is situated in Matopeni. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Quite a shift from a human rights defender, social justice champion to MCA.
Yes.
Why?
So, it was actually not something I thought I would actually be doing. If you would have asked me last year in January, I would have told you politics is not a field I would want to get into. But I would want to support someone, not me personally. But then in April, we were having conversations with young people, and then there were already people who had shown interest that they want to vie and all that. And young people were saying, okay, let's vet them. Huyu amefanya nini mtaani, And so while we were vetting them, one of the young people said, but kwa watu wote hatujaona mtu yote ashetutetea, Mm-hmm. And the conversation started. So
it shifted.
Yes. we started we actually said, then let's have one of us. Mm-hmm. It was not, okay, I had not thought they would actually say, wewe sasa simama tutakusupport. Mm-hmm. That got me by surprise. And I was like, okay, nipeeni time, niende nifikirie. That is not something I had thought I would be doing. So in June, I went back and told them, ni sawa, wacha tufanye kitu. Mm-hmm. Let's try. For the sake of my community, let's do this. And yes, here we are today.
Quite a bold step, I must say.
Yes.
And probably a step in the right direction. So you mentioned you are vying as an independent candidate.
Yes.
Why independent while there are parties that literally, if you have a ticket, you're as good as elected?
Let me tell you, Mike, it's money. Hizo party unasema when you have a ticket, you're as good as elected, it's the money. Do I have 3 million to buy the tickets? No. Mm-hmm. Do I have the 3 million kulipa nomination nipewe certificates? No. Mm-hmm. So for me, I had actually had a conversation with the people who had tried vying with the party. And that's why from the very beginning I'd said I'm going independent. Because after analyzing everything, I was like, sitawezana na party. Because then, then after listening kwa ground, people are like, enda Azimio ama UDA, And then it was Azimio, ODM. And then I'm like, niko na hiyo pesa ya kulipa tickets, And then that's the truth. And I'm actually happy that I'd not gone with an ODM ticket or RIPA, because now zoning happens. And I am safer. Because when zoning happens, ilipewa Jubilee kwetu. So I am safer, because if it was Azimio, I would have gone with ODM or RIPA. So ninge lose.
Yeah,
hata singepata hata nomination. So we are here. We are safer.
We are very happy at least that the Elections Act gives us the opportunity to go as an independent, because yes, as you rightly put it, party politics determine a lot. The voters do not know what happens behind the scenes. Let's shift gears kidogo. As a leader, there are certain provisions. There are certain requirements that the Constitution requires of you. Speaking specifically to Chapter 6 on leadership and integrity, where the Constitution expects that whoever seeks public office must have some certain level of integrity and certain values that we want to see in public leadership.
Yeah.
Given what has been happening, especially the last 1 month, with leaders questionable questions being raised about different leaders across the political divide. Do you feel, first, that you qualify, that we won't have integrity issues after you've been elected? And 2, what is your feeling about, especially this Chapter 6? How do we bring it to life?
First of all, nimeran organization na sijasikia stories za integrity. So I assure watu wangu, I will run the same, I will be the same, with the same, nitaran word yangu na integrity. But also, mimi sahi nimekuwa nikiangalia zile vita IBC wanasema, EACC saidieni hapa, and it's like, we have the Constitution, everything iko written hapo, but atujui kui-implement, because wale watu wanavai, kuna watu wamekuwa cleared na wako na kesi za kuiba, akina Waiguru, akina Sonko, akina Waiti, like, why do we have Waiguru running na kesi yake ijaisha tukambiwa kama aliiba ama kuiba? Niliona EACC kusema Aisha Juma wacha amalize kwanza campaigns na akona kesi. It does not make sense. Then why should we have the leadership and integrity Chapter 6? Why do we have Chapter 6 in the first place if it cannot be followed? And I think EACC melala kwa kazi yake.
They did produce a list and say the following have integrity questions. But because EACC has very little to do with the running of the election, they pushed it to IEBC. IEBC, if I remember, not EACC, pushed the responsibility to the citizens. That we've given you a list. If you choose them, shida ni yenyu.
But then I don't think we need EACC if it cannot, if yezi sema uyu mtu ashikwe. Si ati kutoa tu list na inaambia watu, and we know our country. Sisi choose, okay, wezi ndo watapewa tickets. Jua ndo wako na pesa, hao ndo wameiba public funds, wako na pesa ya kununua tickets. So wezi wako cushioned because they have the money. So mwananchi hana say. Ni kama tu waambie mwananchi, ukweli anahitaji hiyo thao. Like mwananchi needs their 1,000 shillings that uyo mwizi anakuja kumpia, because they've stolen the public funds. And they'll have to buy the votes, and they have bought the votes, And already we know the party propaganda. Izo nini ati mwenye ako na pesa ndo anapewa ticket and all that. Personally, I feel we don't need the EACC kama kazi yake ni kututolea list inatuambia hawa wako na hii.
But don't you think that the citizens already, like, we've been forewarned that so and so has integrity issues? So me as a voter, or anyone who's listening to us as a voter, you have a responsibility to exercise your right not to choose a leader with integrity issues. Don't you think the citizen, or what do you think the citizen's role in, giving life to Chapter 6 of the Constitution is? Or do you think we are helpless? There's nothing we can do since now the thieves, quote unquote, have been given the tickets?
I think the citizens do not know the power they have. Because wanaendanga na ule mwenye anaonekana outside there.
The most popular.
Exactly. And the moment you table someone and then umemweka kwa limelight, ameiba, amepeana statement, and then amekuja akapewa certificates, they'll go with that definitely. The people go with the most popular. That's our biggest problem. And also hatuna time ya kuangalia how many people wanajua list yenye ilitolewa na EACC. You know, how many people wanajua right yao ya kuvote, how many people wanajua power ya kuvote, because also hata nominations zimetuonesha mwananchi hana power. Ukienda uliza watu ground watakwambia sisi hatuna say, watu washaingia. That's the truth, you know. Mwananchi will tell you, but hata nikienda kuvote na already kishaamuliwa, you know. So people, the mwananchi believes yeye hana ile uwezo, because also hatujafanya civic education enough ya kuambia mwananchi, by the way, hii vote yako iko na power ya kudecide venye utasafa in the next 5 years, whether utasafa sana ama utasafa kidogo, because right now the conversation ni tutateseka aje, you know. So you will have to decide unasafa ukiwa side gani, you know, hii ya sana ama hii ya kidogo. But mwananchi doesn't know that. So I also feel EACC, also IEBC kind of slept kwa job yake ya kufanya civic education. Because we cannot be conducting elections and then wait until 5 years are done and then start saying, wacha sasa tuanze voter registration, tukifanya meetings kidogo za kueducate the people. That is totally wrong. During the voter registration, sisi ndio tulikuwa tunaingia mtaani kuambia vijana, endeni mchukue kura. You know, like, what's the kazi ya IEBC ni gani hii time yote? Because it's a continuous process, you know. After election, I feel their work should be sasa kuingia ground kuambia mwananchi, this is how you hold your leaders to account. This is how you hold your leaders accountable. That's what is missing. And mwananchi feels by the after ameingiza miaka 5, sasa nifanye nini? That's why they come and say, sasa nifanye nini? So acha ibe aende home, you know. Yes.
Quite interesting. And that's why we have this podcast to, talk about the issues and, reiterate the power as contained in the preamble of the Constitution. All power, sovereign power belongs to the people. Yes. And if the people know the power that they hold, the power of their vote, and how they can exercise it to propagate good governance, then this country will be in a better place. But moving
Mike,
on.
Kidogo too. I actually feel IBC, EACC, and DPP, ORPP should actually be sitting. Office of Registrar. Okay, niko stuck kwa ORPP. But DPP,
yes.
You know, Public Prosecution.
Yes.
Wanafaa kuwa wanakaa pamoja. Hii period, wanatolea mwananchi, huyu ameiba hii, you know. Because EACC imetoa list yake. But then, nani ana prosecute?
DPP.
Exactly. IBC kazi yake ni kusema tusaidieni hapa, juu wana power ya kuprosecute. So pia DPP amefail mwananchi. So hii conversation pia, DPP anafaa kuwa held accountable. Wezi wakiwa huko nje wakivotiwa na wako na hizi cases. Wewe kama DPP umefanya nini? Jiendo anatuambia, wacha kwanza Aisha Jumwa afanye siasa yake na kesi yake.
Yeah, maybe those are issues we should look, and we are hoping that you are able to sail through, because you are the people who are supposed to make that change. The legislators at the county level, at the National Assembly level, because, one of your roles is that. So we hope that, hopefully,
yes,
August 10th, you lift the Bible You'll take that as part of your roles.
Yeah.
But now, just quickly on still on chapter 6 on leadership and integrity, you've seen the kind of spotlight, the spotlight that is being shown on, let me say, some of those questionable characters, how their certificates are being bandied, on social media from different, is that something that as Faith you're willing to subject yourself to? How would you, if it were you being subjected to such level of scrutiny? Okay, first, do you agree that scrutiny is important for those who are seeking public office? And if it were you, how would you react?
Unajua, first of all, it's very okay because those are the regulations we put in place and the rules that, okay, if you're vying for this position, you need this and this. It's very okay. Mm-hmm. I don't see the reason why someone needs to lie to the people. If you know you're going for this position and it needs a degree, please go get a degree before the time ya kuvai ifike. Mm-hmm. I actually feel it's very, very okay because you also need to show people that these rules you put in place are actually working. Mm-hmm. The same people put the rules thinking they will always be on the right side, state itawatetea. Now when they are on the wrong side, what it was scrutinized, it's very okay. I would actually be willing kuvetiwa kuambiwa during hii mwaka uliiba hizi resources zilipotea, hauna the right documents za kuvai and all that. That is very, very okay.
Okay.
But I also feel that should not give us, should not actually show us who the right leaders are. Mm-hmm. We need a different way of looking at leadership and leaders. Kwanza and I think we need to be looking, where have you led before? What leadership your time, how was it?
Okay.
Because that's where we begin. Not about the degrees, because hata watu wenye wanaitisha degrees kizungu yao iko mzuri na wanajua ile kazi wanafanya, some you could actually see huyu anaelewa mwananchi and all that. But kitu inamzuia kuvae ni hiyo degree, Okay. Na masomo imezuia watu wengi, na masomo Kenya si ati ni rahisi. It's very expensive, which is also something we also need to agree. But I think we should actually base our leadership scrutiny on totally different issues and different things. Integrity being one of them. The values one stands for being this. Because it's hata ukiingia pale, it's about the values you hold.
True.
Yes.
Whether you're a degree holder or not,
exactly.
Values are very important.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you about, now that you've decided to be leader, what is your leadership philosophy? Your style of leadership? What should we expect from Faith?
Transformative leadership. And this comes from what mwananchi wants through public participation, and what I can lobby for, and then also sitting down and agreeing this is what can happen. Because I feel tumelenga public participation sana, and that's where the power ya mwananchi lies, and the only way, I don't agree with servant leadership, because servant leadership is saying yes to everything that you're told. But then transformative leadership is actually looking at this is what we want, this is what can work, so how do we achieve it together? Okay. And making sure as you grow with the team and you grow with your community, because shida pia tumepata ni ati tunatengeneza MCA alianza bila anything, ananunua, wanafika mahali hadi wanabai chopa, na mtaani hakuna maji, hakuna sewage, so
your leadership style is more consultative, working
yes.
with the people to agree on what needs to be done.
Yes.
Lovely. So who inspires you as in your new role as a political leader? Who do you look up at as a role model?
Kwa Kenyan politics zetu, at the moment, no one.
Wow, that's really sad. But anyway, it's indicative of the kind of leadership we have.
Yes. I don't think I can look at anyone and say, huyu ndio ule mtu anani-inspire kwa politics za Kenya.
Okay, globally?
I think globally we are all facing the same issues Kenya is facing.
It's a tough one. Maybe you need to be your own role model.
Yes.
Okay. Now, just also because it is important to mention, you're seeking a certain leadership role. So, what are the roles and responsibilities of an MCA? Because I know what is contained in the Constitution, and the expectations are a bit on the ground. Vitu ni
Totally
tofauti.
different. Watu ground wana expect usapeleka watoto shule through the resources you have, your money, not hata zenye unapewa na county. Anyway, so roles za NCA, kuna representation ya watu, kuna legislation, kuna story ya budgets. And that is where public participation inaingianga sana. And also representation. I think public participation borrows everything, but from the mwananchi. That is why MCA ndo the closest thing na mwananchi. Ndio juu yeye anafanya legislation, ana represent mwananchi, zile vitu mwananchi hana kabisa. And then there's the budget process.
Na you think umeiva kwa zote, Faith, akiwa pale watu wa Motopeni, you're well represented now in the assembly making laws. Do you feel sufficiently ready or empowered to be able to carry out all these roles za MCA as contained in the Elections Act? Kando na ile expectations za mwananchi.
I feel sufficiently ready. But kuiva tunaiva pole pole. I cannot say ati nimefika kilele, mimi ndio nitaonesha watu njia. But I can actually say I am sufficiently ready. But hapo kwa kuiva, nimeiva, but tunaenda tukiiva, tutaendelea pole pole. Yes.
Pole pole. Oh, nice. And that, ladies and gentlemen, marks the end of part 1 of our discussion with Faith Kasina, MCA Aspirant, Matopeni
Spring Valley
Ward in
Embakasi
Central constituency. Look out for the part 2 of this conversation. See you in a short while.
From the heartbeat of the Republic, this is the PAWA Podcast.